And welcome back to White Mountains Today here on White Mountain TV 16. And joining us in the studio are Clare Long and Jen Moulton from the U.S. Forest Service.
Good morning.
And we're going to talk about the Teacher Ranger Teacher.
Yes, easy. Just trips off the tongue again.
Doesn't it, though?
Just a tripper off the tongue, doesn't it?
We were talking about it before,
yes.
And this just sounds like an incredible program.
It's a lot of fun. It's a joint program between the National Park Service and the National Forest Service, and is mostly focusing on the Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian Trail goes from Georgia to Maine, and we're very excited because Jen, not only being a teacher, has also hiked the Appalachian Trail there.
Now, how many years ago did you do that?
I hiked the trail in 1999.
And how long did it take you?
5 months, exactly.
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 Well, that's very cool. And I imagine that was an incredible experience, just being able to hike the Appalachian Trail.
It was. It was an experience in itself, but I was able to do it with my mother. It was a dream of hers since she was in high school.
Oh, that's great.
So.
And then, now you're a teacher, you're a third grade teacher.
Yeah.
So you've been able to tie kind of your teaching knowledge along with your Appalachian Trail trek and your experience with the U.S. Forest Service.
Yep. Yep. Tying it right in and doing map skills with the kids and showing them where the Appalachian Trail is. And we have a hiking club after school and trail maintenance club, and we're able to get the kids out on the Appalachian Trail hiking.
Yeah. And now this program is to get more teachers involved.
Absolutely. The National Park Service and the National Forest Service, this partnership, are trying to get teachers who have taken a training. We have a program called the Trail to Every Classroom, and then the Forest Service has one called A Forest for Every Classroom, teaching teachers a little bit more about the forest. And then we bring great teachers like Jen up onto the forest for July and August, and they spend time talking with the public and going out and giving campground programs and working on background areas, the Lower Falls. You know, there's always thousands of people at Lower Falls. So Jen gets to go there and tell them a little bit about not only water safety, but about the Appalachian Trail and about the forest. So it's an opportunity to do ranger duties. You're expected to go on out and participate in the forest and help educate about the forest, but also teach about the forest.
Well, that sounds so great. And one of the things, I mean, the Appalachian Trail, you said it goes through how many forest parks?
It goes through 8 different forests. 8
different forests.
In the Northeast. So it goes through states and goes through parks. But it also, up in the Northeast area, it goes mostly through national forests. And
I would imagine most of the people kind of along that perimeter, that's a lot of people that are close to the Appalachian Trail. You know, maybe not a few miles, but within a day's drive that they can get to the Appalachian Trail and probably do a lot of the programs that you guys would want to.
That's great, and the Appalachian Trail has this thing called the AT community. So if you want to give back to the trails, you know, the forest, the White Mountain National Forest wants people to help volunteer and come help maintain the trails there. The Appalachian Trail has the same desire, people who are willing to work and take care of the trails, and that's why bringing the teachers along, because it's a win-win situation. The teachers get the kids outside, they learn about the trail, and then the trail benefits from interactions like what Jen was talking about, where she takes her kids out.
And so you do a lot of that during the school year, do you?
We do. We have a trail maintenance club in the spring, and we were able this spring to take the kids through an AMC outdoor classroom program. We met at the Highland Center, and my mother and I wrote a grant. We were able to get it for 10 kids, and then we had our partner, community partner, our Conservation Commission, was able to support 3 more kids and 2 adults, and our principal, Rick Matthews, as well. So we took 15 kids out on the Appalachian Trail, went to the Mitzvah hut, stayed overnight, and then did Mount Pierce the next day.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was great.
That's awesome. Of course, you know, right up here, the Appalachian Trail, as I would say, it could go around the mountains, but no, it goes up and over.
That would be the point of a trail. Because then you would drive it, Rob. No, you're supposed to hike it, Rob.
And I mean, so actually in New Hampshire, we'll just kind of throw this out. How many mountains does it go over in New Hampshire, the Appalachian Trail?
Well, how many miles did you? It was 160?
It goes 168 miles
in New Hampshire. Wow.
Yeah. And I don't know the amount of mountains that it goes over.
A lot.
And it hits a lot of the 4,000 footers. Yeah.
And it's one of the places where the trail goes south before it goes north. So as you're coming down, you're coming up through the Presidentials. You go down through the Pinkham Notch area, and then before you get on the Wildcat Ridge and then the Carters to head back up to go continue north, you have to go south in order to go north. And it's about 300 miles from here up to Katahdin to the finish.
Yeah.
There.
So there's a lot of those people who've just hiked from Georgia and they look at their compass and they go, I'm going south again?
Exactly.
What's up with that?
What? No, don't make me do this.
Going north. Well, it sounds terrific. Now, obviously, this is a program. It's not just something right here in New Hampshire. This sounds like it's something that's broad reaching for the whole Appalachian Trail.
Right, exactly. And there's an organization, the Appalachian Trail Conservancy, that works with the National Park Service to maintain the trails. But there's all these other organizations like our own Appalachian Mountain Club and all these other mountain clubs, Randolph Mountain Club, the Chatham Trails Association, all these other organizations that help maintain the trail along the way.
And I think one of the things that you're saying there that probably to some people is a little confusing. Maintain a trail. It's a trail. It's through the woods. What do you have to do?
What do you have to do to get it? Yes.
But there's a lot that you have to do to maintain these trails, especially up here with blowdowns and everything else. I'm sure it's not just start hiking in the spring. You've got to clean that trail.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and they just closed part of the Tuckerman Ravine Trail going up to Mount Washington because as all the boots walking on it, they compact it, or we get a lot of water and it starts to make divots and erosion down the center of it. You have to maintain this trail for future generations, just like what we do with the forest. And the way to do that, putting in rock steps and building bridges and things in areas where you can do it. In the wilderness, it's, you fend for yourself. But in these areas here, building rock steps, water bars, and this is something that Jen has had experience with. And we've given her more this year.
Yeah. Another club is the Dartmouth Outing Club, and it's usually run by a senior that takes it on each year, so it's a different senior. In 2008, we contacted them, my mother and I, and we got the kids out and we worked on a treadway, putting down some rocks and taking out some bog boards to make the trail easier to walk on.
Yeah. And getting kids involved. In the whole teacher program, the teachers involved, getting the kids involved.
Right.
I mean, that's the future.
Exactly.
Right there.
And it's easy. Back to this trail maintenance part, or even just hiking on it or learning about it. We have a junior ranger book that you can actually take with your kids, whether you're a teacher or you can take with all your kids out there and doing these activities on the trail. And part of it includes this whole trail maintenance or this trail awareness. And the teachers, it's a living classroom, and it's right there all the time.
That's
and
terrific.
It changes with the seasons, and you can give back, like all the volunteers that help to maintain it. You can do it.
Oh, that's great. Well, it sounds like such a great program. So, Jen, how much longer are you up here before you head back?
My last day is Saturday.
That would be yesterday.
No, that would be next Saturday.
I know. I can't get her to get back to uniform.
Well, that's great. It sounds like such a great program. And the more people who get involved, I mean, I personally have learned so much when you guys have come on through these years that I've been here. And there's just so much that we have right at our doorstep. Or our back door, whichever way you want to put it, whichever way your house is facing, right in the White Mountains. So I think that it's terrific.
And it's great to get teachers involved, because this whole program, this Teacher Ranger teacher program, which started with the Park Service, is get a teacher, give them a little background information, have them come up and be involved in the resource. And then she's going to go back and put together a curricula, and she's going to teach her kids about the forest, and then she's going to go around and teach other schools and other kids about the experience that she has here. So it just exponentially.
That's great.
Puts around good stuff.
That's just terrific.
And we'll be doing these programs again in the future, and we're looking hopefully to do some more of these trainings so we can bring in local teachers as well.
That sounds great.
Yeah, and I'll be here next summer.
Oh, that's right. We get her next summer, so she'll be back next year.
Two summer
back.
Yeah.
All right, you can keep the uniform.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
Well, Jen and Claire, thanks so much for coming down today.
Great.
And if somebody wants to find out about this program, what's the best way for them to? Who should they get in touch with?
They could give me a call, and my phone number is 603-536-6244. And if they're interested in the Appalachian Trail, Google the Appalachian Trail, or call the Appalachian Trail Conservancy or the National Park Service.
That sounds great.
There's lots of people who can talk great about the Appalachian Trail.
Terrific.
Great. Well, thank you, Rob.
Well, thanks so much. And we'll be back here in a minute on White Mountains Today.
Celebrating 100 years of family tradition